Hello there. So I turned on the camera just talk to you to tell you about my first experience of broken arm. Yeah, this one. My right arm. It was in the year 1998. It was summer. I was roller skating. Actually, it's rollerblade. It was at that time that was this a trend that riding these rollerblades with four wheels was quite popular at the time. My father also enjoyed riding with me, and actually, I think that main the trend was mainly caused by this animation, which this main protagonist he rides roller skate while also controlling a radio control car. So it was quite fun. Anyway, so I was riding this rollerblade in a park near my house, near where I lived. I think it was near Tejo Mountain, Tejosan. So there was this park, and there was this hill. I mean, yeah, a small hill, and I think I had some courage to ride down the hill without, you know, without getting afraid of the the speed. It was so this rollerblade had a brake on the rear, so you how do I say, you put your weight to the rear of the rollerblade, and it could stop because there's this thing that touches the ground and it decreases the speed. So that's how it worked. So maybe I was not planning to use that. I just ride down the hill. It wasn't that big. It was like 2 or 3 meters long, and I think the degree in my memory was like less than 20 degrees or something. But it was challenging. So I wrote down, and I think I got afraid eventually. So I fell, and I used my arm to avoid getting hurt. So I uh, I touched the ground first when falling off with my right arm, and I felt something break in my arm here, this one, and it was so painful. So I went to my parents and told them that I hurt my arm, and I got this stick. I think my father he brought me some stick when we got home, and I put the stick on my arm, and I think I used clothes to you know cover that stick, so that stick can stick on my arm that it won't move. And the next day, there was this bruise all over my arm, this purple bruise all over. So my, my parents took me to the doctor, mm, where they see the bones, and took an X-ray, and well, that was it. Yeah, I had my bone break. I had my bone broken. The thing is, sorry, I don't want to use the term the thing is. The problem is there are two bones here on my right arm, and just one of them was broken. The problem is I was growing up, and the doctor told us that if I don't break the rest of the bone, the other bone, which is fine, if he doesn't break it, then this arm that will not be fully cured well. So it means that I have to intentionally break the other bone here. So what can I say? Well, I just believe that. So what they did was this doctor held my arm, and I think a couple of nurses came along to support him, and they counted, I think, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, and then at the final moment he pushed my arm somewhere, and I heard the sound of something breaking in my arm, and at that time I didn't cry, but while I was waiting for getting this cast in my arm, I think I remember that tears came out. I think I was quite brave, not crying out loud. I just tears fell off. So anyway, that's how I got the cast. And on the right arm. So I am a right-handed person, which make it really difficult for me to live normally. And I was on the second grade, and on the day of visiting the doctor, I took a day off and took a rest at home. It was good, and because it was the midsummer, it was really hard. I think there are some pictures of me traveling around domestically with my parents, my family, with my cast on. And the thing is, one of the problems was that it was very itchy. So I used some chopsticks to poke it inside the cast, and it was helpful. It's quite dirty actually. I remember when I finally removed the cast, it was so, it was covered with this mass. How do I say this? It's a dae in Korean. It was covered with really, it looked like a blister, but it was easy to be removed if you wash it, but it smells so terrible, It was something that I didn't really experience once again. I think it took me about 40 days to fully cure my arm. And that was one of the accidents that I have experienced. Actually, I am quite friendly with the doctors. I've been to many surgeries. Many surgeries? Well, I think you can say that. I think I have gone through a couple of surgeries. We'll cover that later. I wonder when it would be, but so it's really hard to move on to my life in Seoul. You know, it was 1990 October, and that's when my new life began. Actually, that was the beginning of what made. That was the beginning of something that made me who I am today. And I'm really glad that I moved to Seoul, because if I didn't move to Seoul, then my life boundary wouldn't have been that big, you know? So I think this is all for today. It's been 11 minutes. I really want to talk about things more, but well, what's important is that you do it regularly. So I'm doing it before going to bed. A lot of things are going on these days, and I'm not sure how long it will take for me to finally catch up to where I am today. When I think it's going to take at least 1 year. Yeah, but we can keep doing this. Thank you for watching. Bye.